Dining at Disney podcast. The Dining at Disney podcast. You'll discover all the best restaurants and food as you hungrily explore the Disney parks. Let's do this thing! The Dining at Disney podcast. And now your hosts, Kristen and Bubba.
Welcome to the Dining at Disney podcast. I'm Kristen. Today with me filling in for Bubba is my co-host from the Disney List, Aljon. How are you?
Yippee. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having me once again. I'm your substitute Bubba for today.
And you even have a Disneyland shirt on.
I've got a Disneyland shirt sporting my Yippee Mickey Mouse cotton candy shirt because it is the Dining at Disney podcast. And I appreciate you calling me up and saying, hey, Aljon, my better half. I'm not really her better half. She's my better half. So
yeah, unfortunately, Bubba has come down with a slight fever and is not feeling well. So.
Get well soon, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll let you drive. You're driving this show. It's not the Disney List, so go ahead.
I know. Okay, so today what we are going to be talking about, we've got two stories today.
Okay.
First one is a big one. The Walt Disney World 2021 vacation packages have been released. So now you can book for 2021. So we're going to go into all the details about all of that, as well as the latest news from Wine Bar George, and it has to do with Houghton and Young Wine and Spirits launching their first American whiskey.
Nice.
So we're going to be talking about those two news stories. If it is your first time here, make sure you like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. And because that way you'll know when we post new content.
Exactly right. Like I said, I'm here for the ride. So
okay, so let's start off with the big
news.
The big news.
Okay, well, let's get into the big news.
Thoughts is organized, can't seem to dry eyes and chaos is collapsing from your mind. You say that you're fine.
This is Out of Time.
Now you're out of
Leonell, Cassio.
Very nice.
From the audio library.
Featuring Lily Hain. I like this track. It's nice, isn't it?
I like it a lot. That's
I like
why
it a
picked
lot.
it.
Nice. Very nice. Okay, so the big news there. It's the 2021 Walt Disney World vacation packages being released. Phones are blowing up. People are like, what's going on, Kristen? I want to know. I want to book some travel with you. And now you have something to tell them.
I do. And actually, I'm sure everybody is very excited to hear about that because so far 2021 has just been a crazy, crazy year.
I mean, 2020 has been so far.
See, it's so crazy. I'm like thinking 2021. It's been a long day trying to call into Disney all day.
Yeah, true.
So yes, 2020 has been a very long year, even though we aren't quite halfway through. But the good thing is that today they released the 2021 packages, and now it's not for the full year, so we'll get into all those details. But that way people can start thinking past the madness that is this year. You can start looking to the future when the world will hopefully go back to as normal as it gets,
Sure.
in the world.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so do you want to tell everybody about the details of that?
Okay, well, it's pretty extensive if you want me to start from the very, very tippy top.
Yeah, you don't have to read every single resort name, just so you know.
Okay, it says right here, shall we start here? Given the current situation, there are some resort hotels in other areas, such as our water parks. This is, by the way, by the Walt Disney World Resort. All right. So the water parks that are not, as of this time, being scheduled to reopen, they're going to continue to reevaluate the situation and reopen more locations when the environment is right to do so. 2021 vacation packages for select Walt Disney World Good Neighbor hotels will go on sale on the 28th of June.
Those are not available yet.
They're not available yet. Okay. So some of the examples of the resort vacation packages that are available happen to deal with Bay Lake Tower, let's see, Wilderness Lodge, Animal Kingdom Villas, Art of Animation, Boardwalk Contemporary, Polynesian, Old Key West, Grand Floridian, Coronado Springs, Saratoga Yacht and Beach Club, and the Grand Floridian. So you have a combination of the luxury resorts, deluxe resorts, and
it's all the Walt Disney World owned and operated ones.
Right.
In addition, it also includes Four Seasons Orlando,
Oh, okay.
the Disney Springs area hotels,
Okay.
and the Gateway hotels, as well as Swan and Dolphin are also available to
Very
book.
nice.
Yes, and that's as of right now.
Okay.
So
There you go. And vacation packages are valid for arrivals beginning January 1 of 2021. End date must be on or before September 2021.
September 27th.
September 27th of 2021. So there you have it. You basically have 9 months spanning starting January 1 of 2021. DVC resorts are available for bookings on a rolling 11-month schedule, currently available through May of 2021. Normal terms and conditions for final payments, cancellations, and change fees will apply for all 2021 bookings.
Yes, because as of right now, Disney has a different policy because of things opening in these stages.
Phases. Yeah. Booking a 2021 package does not guarantee theme park availability, and your clients will need to make their park reservations for arrival starting 2021 as our phased reopening continues. You'll be able to view park reservation availability on a link that I'm sure we're going to provide. And prior to purchasing their park tickets, your clients, they need to book using the My Disney Experience app. So that's something that you tell people booking with you.
Yes. Make sure that you get My Disney Experience set up. It is going to be very important now with the way things have to work with these different phases going in. It's going to make it run much easier for you using the app on your phone. They've updated it. They're changing it around to make it work, to make things easier with everything.
Okay. And by the way, if you happen to be watching on any one of our related sites, we're actually cross-posting to a bunch of different sites because we're going live. And this is the Dining at Disney podcast live. And if you want to chat with us and ask questions, you have to be on the Dining at Disney Facebook page in order to interact with us and ask your questions live, because we can't see the chat from the other pages. So I just wanted to make sure everyone knew about that. We're broadcasting far and wide using channels sometimes that, we haven't used in a long time. So that is a little housekeeping note. So make sure, as Kristen said, click the bell for Dining at Disney notifications on Facebook and YouTube when we go live. This is also going to be available really quickly on demand audio via Anchor, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcasts. So check that out. There's more. Of course, I was going to say the Disney dining packages remain unavailable right now.
Yes.
So it's just really important to note that. And then there are other features too that I think you wanted me to talk about, but I don't know if you want me to talk about that. They do have all plans, like all intentions of bringing back the Disney dining plan. Yeah.
It's just based on when these different phases happen and of the opening, of when that will happen. But it is only a temporary, absence. The Disney dining plan will be back.
Yes, it will be back. Who knows when? diningatdisney.com will make sure to let you know when. And this is breaking news as of today, is it not?
Yes.
All of this stuff? Yeah.
Last night when I sat through the the information thing that they did for agents who belong to an agency that is what I just forget what it's called.
It's a live stream seminar.
No, the Authorized Disney Vacation Planner.
Yes.
They did a special thing last night, and we were not allowed to say anything.
Yes, you're under NDA until
Yeah,
today.
so I made all my little notes yesterday.
There you go. That's awesome. So, did you want me to talk about other things?
I think we should talk about the Magic Band situation.
Okay.
That starts next year.
Okay. So, here's... I'm just going to go ahead and play this sound effect because I think this is just... It's no bueno. Okay. One thing I love about booking our Disney trips is getting my Magic Band, and they are going to be discontinuing that practice.
The
complimentary Magic Band will not be coming with your booking. Okay.
And that's starting January 1st.
Yes. Now you can still get one on property.
You'll be able to
still be able to hook it up to your Disney Experience app and be able to use it as you normally would.
Well, you'll have the option of purchasing them with a discount if you're staying at a Walt Disney World Resort.
Discount.
Ahead of time. But you'll also, one thing they did say is they're having more colors and designs that are coming out featuring Disney characters.
They always do, but they always do.
I don't know. I'm kind of excited about getting a new color because, I still think they should give them to annual pass holders, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, there's no teal. They need to have teal.
They do. You have to buy it.
Oh, you have to buy it? Okay. Because I was going to say they need to have Magic Bands for every color of the monorail currently.
And then some.
And then some. Because you would think that the primary Disney colors and the monorail colors would be something that, need to have that. I mean, those are like the Crayola box colors, the magic colors there.
They should do like a Magic Band series of ones that are the transportation where it's like white.
Yes.
And then it's got like the stripe, the color stripe of each of the monorails.
Yes, it's going to look like the Disney List logo. That'd be cool, right? Which is basically borrowed from all their traffic signs. Yeah. So anyway, they have some more things that Magic Bands that they're going to be releasing, as you said, different colors, different characters, available at retail locations or as you check into your resort. Cool. So cool and not cool at the same time, but hey, look, I'm happy, I guess, to shell out a few extra bucks with a discount.
So they'll go back to keys to the world. So you'll have the key if you don't get the Magic Band, which
seems fine. Whatever.
Which I don't know.
It's whatever. Whatever.
Rumor has it out in the West Coast that they're getting the Magic Bands.
Well, it makes sense.
Now, that hasn't come from any official source that I've heard it. I've just heard it as a rumor, which, if that's the case, that may be explaining why they decided no more complimentary band.
Yeah, I can see that. They have to tie everything in. And honestly, if your picture is tied into your Magic Band, that will hopefully eliminate the need for any touching of your finger to a device that will further helps, reduce the spread of any type of, diseases. Because right now they're not doing that right now when you go into the park in this test time. It
would make sense. It's what they do out in California. So it's not like the technology isn't there for them to do it. I mean, it's you. Everybody. I mean, you get a 1-day ticket out in California, and you have to have your picture taken.
Exactly.
So
avoid those scammers.
I think it's a great idea. Mm-hmm. Personally, I'd rather do that. I hate doing the finger thing. It annoys me.
I'd like to say hello to everyone in our chat. Kristen, do you want me to read some comments here?
Sure, go for it.
We're done with this particular section, yes?
Almost. I do have two last things to mention.
All right.
Another thing that's being discontinued is there will be no availability to add airfare to your packages.
That's right.
For those that have done that, I've never recommended it because you can always I've found better deals looking for yourself, especially because so many people are frequent flyers and stuff like that. There's a lot more, which is probably why Disney's going away from it.
Well, yes. Plus, they can't control the scheduling
Yeah.
of said flights. It's not. It's flights right now are so unpredictable. I had a friend call us up asking you for advice. What up, Jims? Jims. But he was calling about flights overseas, and I said, "Boy, it's touch and go, man. It's really touch and go. You can maybe book a flight from Nashville to the UK, and but it's not guaranteed it's going to happen, because you're looking at spending $1,700 on a round trip flight. So it's just crazy right now with flights, but even domestic flights, not even overseas flights, but just
However,
all that
they
stuff.
are adding some more magical extras.
Yes.
Kipling and Melissa shoes will be added to the discounts that you receive, as well as they've added 4 new dining locations. The to-go cart, Paddlefish, Paradiso 37, and Terralina.
Nice. And those are nice places too. I mean, the to-go cart has a lot of really cool things going for it. Obviously, paddlefish. We love paddlefish. Paradiso 37. Okay, maybe I'm willing to give that a try at the bar again. Maybe just at the bar. And then Terralina. Yeah, yeah.
We just won't go to the bar in
Just
Terralina.
don't go into the bar. Just stay inside.
And Ghirardelli and House of Blues will actually be getting better discounts.
Okay,
So.
good, awesome. Well, that's exciting. It's exciting news. So
I will let you read some of the comments.
So in the chat, we'd like to say hello, Freya Luda. Hello, Freya Luda. Also, Danny Edwards, Lindsay Marie. What's up, Lindsay Marie? And Amy Huffmaster. So we have a comment there. Lindsay's asking, do you think they will extend the 50th anniversary stuff?
I'd be surprised if they didn't with everything that's going on.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But
I think
you
it'll
know,
happen.
There's
There's a lot of time and money that has gone in over the years to what they're planning for the 50th that I can't imagine them not extending it to get that, more people to be able to enjoy that celebration. I mean, that's a big anniversary.
Yeah, and I want to get some merch big time, man, but we are so strapped for cash. So strapped. And Freya also had that very same question. Lindsay also says, I love my magic bands. Heart emoji. Danny Edwards says, magic band arrivals were like Christmas as a kid. Hey, man, I'm with you 100%. You see that box coming in from Disney, you're like, yeah, man, it's almost time. It's planning my trip. I'm having a good time, and I can't wait.
I was very disappointed last time when they did not print my special name on my band.
Me too.
My AP band came with nothing printed, and I had put something.
Yeah, what's up with that, Disney?
I don't know. I don't even think you ordered yours.
Nope, never did. Still owe me a magic band.
Good luck getting that.
It's whatever, man. You know what? It's so funny. I used to, in our old house, have a Mjolnir, which is Thor's hammer prop. It's just a little plastic prop. And I had the handle just full of just magic bands just going right down.
That's true, you did.
Just a ton of magic bands. Also, Amy Huffmaster says, magic bands are so much more convenient for park entry and fast passes than fumbling for a card all day. With you, 100%. And Freya says, that would be a big loss of crowds and money not to postpone it. Yeah, I think an extension is should be the play here. It gives them an opportunity to sell through the merchandise, and for fans like us who want to participate, who want to get merchandise, opportunity to get it, because I'm sure they had already ordered a bunch of that because of lead times overseas. They probably had to order a bunch of it, and now they're going to be sitting on it. So I'm sure they're going to, yeah.
They've got different experiences for guests that they plan on having, available that time. And they're not working on building the stuff. So all that's already going to be delayed.
Yep,
So.
exactly. So do we have another topic you wanted to hit on?
Yes, we are going to talk about a launch of a new whiskey.
Chaos is collapsing from your mind. You say that you're fine, but now you're out of time. Out of time.
All right.
You're out of time.
Kristen, what do we have?
We have new information coming from Wine Bar George. So the owner, Master Sommelier, George Malotes, has discovered a new American whiskey.
Ooh.
And it is from Houghton and Young Wine and Spirits.
I don't have a little drink sound effect. All I'll have is the chomp. Okay.
So he discovered their what's called Young American Whiskey. And it is, it is a rare distillation and barrel aging, and it's coupled with over decades rest. And it's produced an American whiskey with notes of maple, vanilla, ripe apple, and it has a long, smooth finish. It's aged for 12 years and made with 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% barley mash. And it's distilled at 170 proof, then put for a second fill in American oak barrels. And Master Sommelier Malotes, he is the one who discovered their whiskey.
Wine Bar
So,
George.
yes.
Wine Bar,
So Wine Bar George.
The George of Wine Bar George discovered them.
Yes.
Yes.
So this whiskey, what I find makes this whiskey even cooler is that Houghton and Young they're co-founders of this American whiskey, and Houghton Young was a former special operations soldier, Master Sergeant Norm Houghton and Tim Young. They created this particular whiskey, and it's in their bond over their love of freedom, family, and honor. So they created it to be a tribute to the brave men and women of the armed forces that have gone above and beyond the call of duty.
Awesome.
And if you aren't familiar with Norm Houghton, he was portrayed in the movie Black Hawk Down by Eric Bana. So
wonderful.
he is a true American hero, retired active military, but he does work with veterans today full time in the healthcare profession. And so they created this, and in order to help those people, what they've done is they're donating 10% of all of their profits to charities that support veterans. And right now you can actually get this whiskey at, of course, Wine Bar George, but it's also available throughout Florida at various retail shops and restaurants. And you can find it nationwide online. So if you want to get some of this, and it's a good cause, part of it's going to charity, which I'm a big proponent of, some, supporting businesses that give back. But you can go to wineonlinedelivery.com. And I think this is really cool.
It's the coolest. You've got real American heroes brewing awesome American whiskey. Sounds amazing. And American oak barrels, no doubt. They had to put that in there, right? Mm-hmm. All the flavors that you'd want out of a whiskey, plus founded and approved by a Wine Bar George. The George of Wine Bar George, Master Sommelier George Malotes. Hello. I want it, and I want it now.
So one of my favorite things that's was said in this press release. It comes from Norm Hooden, and he says, "Our mission is simple. We are committed to honoring America's heroes, one thought-provoking sip at a time." And I was like, that's a really cool quote, you know?
It is. It is. And what's not to love about it, right? What's not to love about the whole concept and the fact that it is a quality product made, I would think, made in the USA.
Yes. Yeah. It's in
And
here.
also the fact that it comes, approved, highly approved by Wine Bar George and George himself. So I'm all about it. I'm all about supporting that business. And I can't wait for an opportunity to maybe even have him on the show or talk about it or even sample it even better.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Yeah. I definitely would. I'm going to have to look and see about getting some of this, because I know that's something, my dad's a veteran. He fought in the Vietnam War. So,
Yep.
And my cousin's a vet. My grandparents both were.
I entertained the
That's-
troops 4 times from the USO.
So I was raised that you have great respect for those who, have put their life on the line for me to be able to sit here and say what I get to say and talk about things I love.
That's right.
So,
They did
I
fight for our
definitely
freedom for sure.
would love to pick up some of that and try it, and maybe even surprise my dad with a bottle of it.
Oh, that's a good idea. Why don't you surprise your husband with a bottle of it? Got some comments here in the Chizat room.
Yes, Lindsay says that her husband is going to love it, that he was in the Air Force. Wow.
Yeah, nice.
Thank him for his
Hey,
service
I want
for
to.
us.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for your service, Mr. Husband. And also, quick question, Lindsay. Was he in the service at all pre or post 9/11? Maybe if he was overseas, I entertained your husband with my rock band when I was touring for the AFE, Armed Forces Entertainment in USO. That would be cool, right? Little known fact. Also, Freya says maybe the whiskey can be shipped in place of the magic bands. Wink. I like that idea. Wait a minute. I love that idea. Okay. So how are we now? Did we talked about the new packages, vacation packages for 2021 just released that they can book with you.
Yes.
Also, we talked about the new whiskey. My goodness.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
And
Do you have any other news that you'd like to share with the gang?
I do. I have 2 little bits that have to do with upcoming episodes. The first one is that next week on Dining at Disney, we will have Master Sommelier George Malotes. He is going to be on the show, and we're going to be
nice.
talking about wines and how he got into being a sommelier and whatever questions you have. So make sure that you give me your questions. So if there's something you have always wanted to know, because master sommeliers are incredibly rare.
Yes.
There are not even 300 in the entire world.
Yes, this is true.
So I am quite excited about getting to interview him. I think it's
yeah.
being a master sommelier. I've always just been like fascinated with that. So I can't wait to talk to him about it. But yeah, so whatever questions you guys have, whatever you want to know, post on social media, on our pages, comment with what questions you have for him.
Absolutely. Ask the questions. I have a question for Mr. Wine Bar George Malotes, Master Sommelier.
Yes.
I do. My question is, what type of red wine would he suggest for me, the fact that I am allergic to the tannins in red wine? Is there a red wine that I could actually drink
Oh,
here at
okay.
stateside? Yeah, I want to know, because I like red wine and I have a problem with it.
It's
And,
it's the histamines.
the histamines. I need
And you can't take Benadryl because wine
Well,
is going to make you tired.
I
And then
can.
on top of it, Benadryl makes you tired.
I can take Benadryl, but then, if I'm at Disney, I'm just gonna fall
knocks you
out.
out.
I'm gonna just fall out because that's just me.
And that ruins all the fun.
Yes, it does ruin a lot of fun for sure.
That's what I do. I just take Benadryl
Well,
if I'm having more than a glass because
and-
I get the
yeah.
red spots.
And
too.
what happens to me is then I'm regulated to drinking, white wine, Riesling or Chardonnay or something like that. So, so it doesn't really go with any of the meat that I like because I am a big steak eater, and that just is no bueno. I do, but I have done it on occasion, and I've had to pay the price as a result, and it's never fun. I'm miserable when I do that, and I pay for it. So anyway, that would be my question for Mr. George.
Okay.
Yes.
I will add it to the list that I'm working on.
Okay.
And then one other interview that we're going to have coming up that we have officially made happen. We just don't have the date yet, but it'll be in the next coming weeks. And it is Jewel from City Stroller out in California. Mm-hmm. She is all of this crazy madness for 2020 has created a new business for her, and it is called Indulgent Infusions. And so it's going to be a 21 and up beverage food products. But some of the stuff she sent me, like the ice cream that she's working on making and stuff.
She's sending you
my
recipes?
gosh. She's sends me pictures and tells me, what do you think about this? And I'm like,
That deserves one of these, maybe a couple of these. So there you go.
so I'm looking forward to that. I'm like, oh gosh,
Yes.
ice cream.
Yes.
I love ice cream, and I love artisan ice cream.
Yes. All the way, yes. And by the way, Jewel is one of the best people in the face of the planet, and she's also a trained chef.
Yes, she did. She went to culinary school. She's got a culinary degree. So
So-
we're going to be getting into all of that in a few weeks with her. So looking forward to that.
Yes, and her family is also into guitar and music, which I'm really into. So we have that in common as well, the music and guitar and the whole thing. So I love it.
Well, and the other thing, so if you have questions for Jewel, because she's a Disneyland person. So
Yep.
if you got some questions that pertain to Disney food, we want to know.
Yep, just leave them in the comment section below. Or, of course, they can always contact you. Are we ready to wrap up this shindig?
Because see, her and I always talk about Disney and food. Those are our two things.
Maybe
that we love.
maybe we'll play out this music instead of our typical Dining at Disney music instead. How about
Okay.
that? Okay.
I'll let you do that.
All right. So go ahead, Kristen. Do you want me to say
No,
Bubba's
I got
quotes?
it. No. Well, yeah, you're going to read Bubba's part when it's time. So we hope you have enjoyed today's show. If you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you know when we post new content. You can find us on Anchor, so you can go there.
The podcast, that
And,
is.
Yes, you can listen to the podcast on several of the platforms there. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcast.
Google Podcast, Pocket Cast, Overcast.
And there are links
Anchor.
on the Dining at Disney website, which is had a huge facelift and is still in the process of being updated. So if you haven't
Yes.
checked it out this week, definitely do so because we're making things easier and more user-friendly for you.
Awesome.
So you want to tell everybody where they can find us at Dining at Disney?
So, of course, you can find Dining at Disney at diningatdisney.com. Just as Kristen said, got a facelift. And you can also follow our social media on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Once again, click those likes and those notifications for all of our content that's posted. And leave us those reviews, by the way, on the podcast. You forgot to mention that. You need to leave us those 5-star reviews. And Kristen and
And there's a
Bubba, those
donate
5-star
to
reviews.
us link on on Anchor as well.
Yep, absolutely. So you can do that. You can contact Kristen there because she can book your Disney vacation there at theme parks and cruises at gmail.com. That's Disney, Universal, all the cruises. So when you are ready to go, Kristen will hook you up. Theme parks and cruises at gmail.com. She'll give you those free quotes and mention the fact that you heard about this and booking with her through Dining at Disney. So that is super important. So be sure to do that.
Also, if you want to support the podcast, you can do that, as we mentioned, on Anchor as well as on Patreon. We've got something special there for our Patreon people.
Something.
We are working on our Disney shop page so that you'll be able to shop our favorite things on Amazon and the Disney store and things like that.
Ooh, sorry, I'm just going to go ahead and cue up the music. Go for it.
So do you want to tell people about Sundays where they can check us out?
Sure, absolutely. Don't forget to check out Kristen and myself, Al John, because we host the weekly Disney List podcast and radio show where we rank and we list all the cool Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars things. This past week, Kristen and we ended up talking about fathers, and we ranked some of the top 10 Disney and Pixar animated fathers, which is great. We missed a glaring omission, by the way, with Onward. We should have mentioned that, but once again, you can check out that show. It's in the vault there at the Disney List. And you can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube as well. Also on every podcast platform and on demand at sourceradio at srsounds.com. And you can follow me if you want for geekiness regarding Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, and of course music and guitars. Duh. You can check it out on Instagram, AlJohnGo on Instagram. You can also catch our friends, WDW Park Hoppers. We have Park Hopper John and Park Hopper Sid. They go live on Facebook on their new night, which is Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. They talk about Walt Disney World and all the great news, and they usually do it from a location within Disney parks or Disney Springs more oftentimes than not. So you can check that out. Especially lately. So be sure to check out our friends at WDW Park Hoppers live.
And if you're looking for some Facebook fun, make sure you check out our friends over at the Disney Dorks and the Sorcerer Radio Fun Zone, which also is now on Discord. So you can check them out there and join in for some Disney fun and entertaining.
Absolutely. And thank you to the chat. We love it. We love you for listening to Dining at Disney, as well as the Disney List. And I'm Al John, because I am your, not only your best friend and your hubby, but also the substitute Bubba for today. So thank you for having me. Okay. I'm your Bubba substitute. That sounded weird.
Until next time, I'm Kristen, and bon appetit.
This podcast is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company or its holdings and is intended for entertainment purposes.